Okay, so the next step in installing the AEM UEGO into the Black Widow Galant VR4, I think let's go install the O2 sensor first before we start doing anything else, before we do any of the wiring stuff. So yeah, let me give you a little tour of where we'll be working, pretty much where we're working the whole time. So the O2 sensor is right here. O2 sensor is, oh geez man, we got to move this intercooler pipe out of here. Something, we got to do something about this pipe. It's like in the way. What a pain in the ass. What a pain in the ass, man, I'm telling you. Hopefully we can get to that O2, it's just like, this isn't here on the clips, so that's the pain in the ass right there. We'll have to figure something out about that. But anyway, so we're going to connect the O2 sensor there. We're going to disconnect the O2 sensor. Actually, that's the first thing we'll do. There's the O2 sensor and the O2 housing. This is a 2G O2 housing, so it sucks, man. It's harder to get to on this car than I think on a stock 1G. It's like up here. You see, there's a little cutout hole right there for the heat shield. That's where it is normally, but here it's down there. Hard. It's right next to the alternator. It freaking sucks, man. So yeah, it goes all the way here. So this is the O2. This is our O2 sensor right here. So what we're gonna do is disconnect it. Okay, so the very first step we'll do is we'll disconnect this O2 sensor. I have it zip tied right here. I'm probably just gonna cut that zip tie, but we're gonna disconnect it right here. There's a little, actually, I think you're gonna pull up on it. There's a little tab right here. You just pull up on this, and then it should come out. There you go. All right, so that's the O2 sensor wire. It looks different than the 2G one. 2G one is square. And then we're gonna cut. I'm gonna cut the O2. I'm gonna cut that zip tie that's holding it right now. Okay, so my car has this zip tie holding it. So I'm gonna go. Yeah, we have to cut it. It's no way. Anyway, it's not gonna be there anymore. Okay, so it's free, and then we're gonna be removing that later. And then what are we gonna do next? Somewhere down the line, we gotta go. When I get to it, we're gonna go put a piece of electrical tape around here, maybe like 2 pieces, like kind of like a cross, and then we're gonna put a zip tie around it, and then that will protect those wires from getting stuff. Oh, I put some grease in there. It's good job. Alternatively, what we could do is we could just snip this wire and then plug that in, and then just like put electrical tape around the wire too. That would actually be better. But I think it'll be okay if we do it the way I do it. And then there'll just be, you'll see this wire, this kind of open thing, just lying there. Probably a smog technician won't like that. I don't know, man. But yeah, so there we go. That is the first step. We disconnected the stock O2 sensor. So you can install. You can pretty much do anything any way you want right now, but we're going to take the O2 sensor out. So here we're working in the engine bay. So what Hades and I get is, let me show you the work area before we start taking the O2 sensor out. We're going to run the O2 sensor from there. Since it's on this side of the engine, it would be best to, and the gauge is on this side too. It would be best to just run it this way. This is how I did it in the Eclipse. So basically we're just going to use wire clamps and then clamp it. Basically we're going to follow the power steering hose. We'll probably run it around the power steering pump here through this way, and then maybe run it, or yeah, maybe we'll do that. That sounds better. If we have enough wire, we'll run it this way around this power steering pump here. This is like a 2G power steering pump reservoir, by the way. This is not like the stock one. It'll go up around here, and then we can put a wire clamp right here, and it'll go through there, and then we'll follow this power steering pump hose, and then we'll run it to the steering boot. This there's a little boot where your steering goes through, and then it will and then we're going to poke a little hole in it, and we're going to stick the O2 sensor through there. That is the hardest part of this install, is getting that O2 sensor in there, because it has a big ass freaking connector on it. So that's what I don't like. But we got to do it to get it in the car. Yeah, so that's the area we're working with, and let's give you an idea. So we still have to find. I don't know how we're gonna power the gauge yet. On my Eclipse, I had it hooked up to the accessory wire, but your accessory wire turns on when you put it in accessory. So if you got your car in accessory, it turns the O2 sensor on, and I didn't like that. Basically, you just want the O2 sensor to be on when the car is in the on position, when it's running. So we're gonna go figure out which one of these wires here is the on position. So when you turn your key to on, you want your O2 sensor to fire up. You don't want it to be on accessory, because then if you're just running your accessories and the car's not on, then yeah, you're just drawing extra power, and that thing heats up too. So it has a heater circuit and everything on it. So we got to go find out which one of these wires that goes to the thingy here operates when you put it on the on position. So we still don't know. We're gonna have to. That's how we're gonna have to probe for wires. That's what we're gonna have to do. I've already taken the little cover for the bottom of the steering column. It's back here. It's been off for a long time. I left it off because I knew we were gonna have to install this thing eventually. So it actually looks kind of cool without it. And, just kind of see wires. But you lose the little pocket here to put stuff. So yeah, okay, steering column. Here's where we're working. We're working underneath here. So where we're gonna fish the O2 sensor through is right there. That's where the steering column goes to. It's kind of weird, man. What a weird steering column. It goes down straight here, and then there's a little arm, and it bends it, or like a tie rod or something, and then it it goes through that little boot there. I've never even bothered to look at it. So it's the first time looking at it, and it's really small. That's what I'm gonna say. I honestly don't see any other place to run it through. I'll kind of look through the firewall, but that looks like the best place to put it, right through there. So we'll cut a little hole. We'll cut a hole like right here or something. Yeah, we'll cut a hole in there big enough to get. Oh yeah, there's already a hole in there. It's right here. Looks like somebody already used it. So we're gonna go cut a hole through there, and that'll be good because we can plug that hole. Now, like there's a hole in there. There's a crack already. So somebody already had done the work for me. Alright, so that's cool. Maybe somebody had already used that for something else. That's generally that's where I run all my wires through. But since everything is on this side, I would rather run it through that hole. I don't think there's any other one that we can use. There's the clutch one, and then I think that's about it. And there's some other stuff on the other side, but that's on the other side. Then we have to run the wire further. So we're going to use the steering boot rubber gasket thingy. So it's already got a hole in it, so we might as well plug it up right with something. Alternatively, you could probably seal it with some RTV too if you wanted to, if you knew the wire wasn't going to move around. And I don't think it will move around, but that's okay. We'll just leave it in there. So yeah, that's the area we're working with, and then all this here, and I got the gauge cup right here, and it just goes through this dealie, the air duct here. So that's not too hard. I kind of know my way around there. Basically, we gotta, actually that's gonna be one of the things we can do right now. We can fish the wire for the O2 sensor down into here first. That should be pretty easy. Okay, so before we go do anything else, let's strip this white wire here. This is the wire that's going to be connected to our O2 sensor. Let's strip the white wire here. So we don't have to do it while we're in the car. Okay. Alright, we got our black and our red. Maybe I want to strip those a little more too. I know, hopefully I'm pretty sure we'll have enough wire to work with. Alternatively, we could hook these up to the ECU too, but I think I'm just going to hook it up to the ignition, because the ignition's just right there. So we don't need all this wiring. Probably we're going to wind up not using it. So okay, so let's go install this in the car first, since this is the easiest part, I guess. So we already know. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and run this through the car. I think it would be easier. It might be easier to do it from the top. But I'll just kind of look around here. I'll kind of speed up this because I'm just going to poke around here and see where all these wires are going. Okay, so I went ahead and did it. I kind of sped up the video so you guys don't have to watch me poke around with it. But basically, I just stuck it in right here. Yeah, and then there's this little mat here, but I'm trying to pull that mat up a little bit, but it's okay. So it goes in through here. It sort of kind of follows where the boost gauge is going, and it goes down. Goes down here near the duct here. This duct right here, it comes out here, and then it kind of does this little gooseneck thing here. It's okay. I think we got too much wire anyway, so that's cool. We'll just hide that behind whatever this is. This relay of some sort. And then I fished it. I basically made it follow the O2 sensor wire and the wire for the light right here that we ran earlier last year when we installed the gauges, and then here it is right here. So now all we had to do is connect this right here. Yeah, we have to connect these two right here, and it looks like we're gonna have to extend the white wire because the O2 sensor wire is like back there somewhere. So we actually need a longer white wire, or we can open up the jacket more so we can reach there. But I think it would be better. We'll just make a longer white wire, basically. So we're gonna extend this. I know, now we have to do it in the car. Like, that's okay, no big deal. And then we have to solder this to a switched on position wire, and then we connect this to some kind of ground, some kind of black wire. Supposedly, I think it's best if you connect it to a ground that's on the ECU, but that's okay. We're all the way here, so. Okay, so that part is done. We've got we'll just kind of let this sit here. And then now we will go install the O2 sensor. Okay, all right. First thing we're gonna do is we gotta move this intercooler pipe so we can get some more room to work with on the freaking thing. All right. Okay, not a lot of room to work with. So what I did is I took this little relay dealy here, and so I've got the perfect tool for the job right here. This is an O2 sensor socket. So you can see it's got like a little slot through it, so you can pass the wire through it, and then you just loosen it. So hopefully this does the trick, because there's not a whole lot of room to put a big old socket in there. Okay, so you can see here it fits the new O2 sensor. It's 22 millimeter or something. Some goofy ass size. I think that's like a standard O2 sensor size. So there you go, and then the wire goes in. So here's the way this guy works. I'm probably not going to get a video of this, but it goes through the wire like that, and then it just goes down there like that. And then you gotta finagle it. Wait a minute. I got it backwards. Like this. It goes in there like that. Down there, and then there you go. And then you just put a socket through there. Hopefully we can do it. All right, I'll let you know how it goes. It's kind of dark in there, so I don't think I'm going to get a video of it. Yeah, I think this intercooler pipe has got to go. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and take this intercooler pipe out. It's in the grill off so I can get to the O2 sensor. So I can get to the intercooler piping. Clips that hold it in. Okay, so the grill is out. So now I can get to that intercooler pipe. Okay, it's hard to see, but there's an intercooler coupler right there. Just enough to get the thing in there. Okay, there we go. I got the pipe out. What a freaking pain in the ass. It's like it gave birth to it. It was in there quite a bit. Like that much. Okay, yeah, that didn't take that long at all, actually. I just have to pop off the grill, which is, you have to press up on these tabs here, and then it pops right out. And then I just used this long 10 millimeter, and then I undid the coupler there. I might just leave this here, you know, so it doesn't like go in the position that wasn't it, but it was like in there. It's really hard to get in there, man, so I hope we can get that back in. And then now we got a lot of room to work with now, though, so hopefully we can knock it out. See how much more space there is now? I definitely like the 2G setup much better. The 2G, the wire, the hose goes that way instead of this way. Alright, so let's see if we can get that out now. I got the big breaker bar in there. Hopefully we can do some damage. Hopefully we don't do any damage. We can get this ratchet to fit in there. It only works in this position, I noticed. It's a tight position. What we don't want to do is strip the O2 sensor. Okay, so fast forward to 30 minutes later, and I had to take this off. This freaking lower turbo heat shield dealie. It's just literally, it's falling apart, dude. I really don't want to put this back in, but I had to take that out. It was 3 bolts. I think there were supposed to be 4, but the 4th one like disappeared. So now I got a little bit better work area. Okay, so I did discover that I could use a 22 millimeter wrench. Where did that go? Oh, here. This guy. I can use this to do the dealie here. So basically, I just have to put it through this. I could just use this. So now we got a lot of room to work with. Hopefully, it works. Before the shield was in the way, so I couldn't really get a good grab on it. I really don't want to strip this O2 sensor, so it ain't gonna be worth it to take out all this junk, you know. I don't think it's working. It's not. Maybe if we do it the other direction, let's try. This 1G's, so the 2G is a lot easier to work with. The 2G without having to take all this junk out. Okay, look, I got a pretty good grab. I might be able to put a second wrench on this, but this will keep it from stripping. Okay, so let me put my glove back on. Hopefully we can do this. Alright, got the 19 mil here. I'm going to double up on the wrench here. It's one of those, you know, moments. Oh, there we go. That's not moving. There we go. So that just, it makes it worth it to take out all that shit, dude. I just saw it budge, so can get it off a little more. Okay. It kind of touches the O2 housing when I do that, but it's been in there for a few miles. I've driven this car a little bit since I put that O2 thing in there, so. Alright, there we go. Oh yeah, good job. Like I said, on a 2nd gen Eclipse, this is easier. 2nd gen Eclipse is easier. Oh, okay. So, okay, maybe we can get it out. You can see, like, I'm having to rub up on that red wire on the alternator. Not cool. It's a good thing that thing is insulated, you know. Let's see if I can do it by hand now. Nope, not quite. Maybe we can use this guy though. Let's give it a whirl. Oh, it's coming out. It's gonna touch it's gonna start touching the red wire, man. It's not good. We should probably disconnect the battery. Wow, it's not wanting to come out easily. It's being a pain in the ass to the very end. And the wire's getting all not happy. Let's get this. I mean, I don't know. We're probably never going to use this again, but I don't want to ruin a perfectly good O2 sensor, you know. Okay, there we go. It's moving a lot easier now. Oh, and it's out. Whew! Money! There it is. Looks like it's in pretty good shape. Yeah. It's not too much carbon. It looks like it's bent a little bit, man. Yeah, it looks like it's bent a little bit. It's a little crooked. Oh, well. Hey, it still works. So there it is. I got the O2 sensor out finally. I think I want to call it a night right here. Yeah, so you're supposed to put some really the copper anti-seize stuff on this, which I might do. Maybe they're already. It might have it. I might have put it. That's a good question. It's all rusted now. I don't know why this exhaust gets so rusty. Okay, so there it is. That's the stock O2 sensor. That is not going back on the car. We will be replacing this with our Bosch wideband O2 sensor. All right. So mission accomplished. It was a lot harder to get out than I thought. It's one of those things where like, oh, we have to get there, but there's not a lot of space, so we gotta make space. And to make space, we had to take the grill out, the intercooler pipe, and the lower heat shield too, because it would hit the heat shield. So yeah, man, that is like the suck right there, man. So. If it was like a naturally aspirated car, believe me, it probably would have been easier. Okay, so just to show you the parts that I had to remove to get to that O2 sensor, I had to take the grill out, and I had to take the lower turbo heat shield out, and then the intercooler pipe. Yeah, maybe tomorrow when it's bright, I'll show you what it looks like in a second-gen Eclipse engine bay. So, I tell you this, after working on 2Gs and then now I'm working on 1Gs. I like working on the 2Gs a lot better. they engineered the 2G a lot better than the first gen. I think, like, you know, all it's less, the 1G is less mechanic friendly is what I'm gonna say, dude. They made the second gen a lot more mechanic friendly. So I mean, I've taken the head off and everything, and I'm just like, man, this because they designed it like this, it makes it harder, you know, type of thing. And the second gen is so much better. It's so much better, and the components are, you know, they're kind of nicer too. So I thought the 1G was kind of cool at first, but now after working on it, it's a freaking pain in the ass. So yeah, I had to take all this stuff out so we could get a good grab on the O2 sensor. I was starting to strip it too, so I was like, okay, and it was in there pretty well. I had trouble getting it out. I had to use quite a bit of force to get it out. Even when it was out like halfway, I still had to use a socket to turn it. So you can bet we're going to put some anti-seize compound on this other O2 sensor. I hope it works. I hope the O2 sensor works. I heard there's a way you can test it by spraying it with some like carb cleaner. It should go like super lean or something. That's okay. I think it should work. I hope it works. All right, here's me go. So I think I'm gonna call it. I think I'm gonna call it a night. Maybe I'll install the O2 sensor, but I won't run the wire today. Or we'll run it tomorrow when there's daylight. I burnt all of daylight trying to take this O2 sensor out. All right, here's me go.